was a pretty interesting little discussion that I decided to bring up, or a little bit of a topic to bring up the other day, and it's regarding the Summer Nationals schedule. Now, the schedule is filled pretty much. It looks like everything has been accounted for except for one track. Let me find it. There it is. There it is. So, now this is going to probably be its own separate video, because I did make a post about this the other day, and there was quite a bit of back and forth. I had quite a bit of back and forth with the guy too in the comments regarding that. Well, wait a minute. There we go. Wait, where? What? What? Where? Oh, Microsoft Edge. What? I don't even use that. What the heck? There we go. So, this is the Summer National schedule right here. Brownstown, Kankakee, Peoria. Oh, Peoria's already on there. I didn't even see that. Tri-City, Fairbury, Sycamore. Like, there's quite a few good tracks on here. Benton Speedway, Poplar Bluff is on there too. Farmington. There we go. Farmington Empire Speedway is on there. Make sure you can see my screen. You can. Perfect. And one track is not accounted for, which is on June 6th. On June the 6th. Down here. Which would be in week 5. Now, the reason why I decided to bring this up was because I was in class one day, and I was on my Facebook on the computer that I'm in the classroom that I'm in, and I can't do that. I can do that. So I went ahead and I was just looking through some posts, and I stumbled across a comment that I had actually made about me thirding something. I don't remember what the original comment I replied to was, and then I got a comment that said I fourth this, and it was from Coles County. So that got me thinking, wait a minute. So I went back into the schedule to find it, and every single track has been accounted for except for one of them, for the most part. And then that got me thinking, wait a minute. What track is going to occupy that date? Because they're already going to be in Illinois anyway, because they go from, so this is week 4. They go from Camden Speedway, which is, I believe, in Tennessee, and then they go to Old Number 1 in Arkansas, and then they go to Farmington, LaSalle, Red Hill, Highland, Macon, and then boom. So I decided to ask the question, what do people think is going to occupy that schedule, or going to be occupying that date? And I got a couple of answers. I'm pulling something up. I gotta pull up the map up real quick. Hold on. There's plenty of other options that everyone could go to, that they could possibly go to. They could go to, like, Jacksonville, which is just down the road from Macon, which I think, no, that's not it. Where's Macon at? On here. They're already going to Brownstown. They're kicking off the season at Brownstown. So Macon is right here. Macon is here. This is Macon Speedway right here. Okay, let me put a pin there real quick. Let me put a pin there. If it'll let me. There we go. So there's a pit. Seriously? Really? You're not going to let me do that? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me just add that. Save to start. I'm just going to start that. Alright. As like a little marker. So, you have other options, which is Jacksonville over here, which from there to Macon is an hour and a half, roughly, somewhere in that area. And then you got another track up north somewhere. Then you got other options up north there as well. Like Spoon River does not have a date as well, and other things like that. But then, this is the reason why I'm leaning towards a track that's going towards the east. Because if you look at the schedule, it says Multiplier. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, my bad. But when you look on the map, if you look at that, they're going to Indiana. So, because since they are going to LaSalle, Red Hill, Highland, Macon, and then wherever this is, it makes the most sense for them to, at least in my mind, to go to a track as they're heading to Indiana, right? But the only two racetracks that are within that little area, let's just say this kind of general area here, something like that, because Multiplier is all the way up here. The only two racetracks that are Macon's here, and then over here we have Coles County, and then Charleston, which now I am perfectly, let me make this clear, is that these are the two tracks that I am eyeballing getting that last date or getting that final date. Now, which one of them, I don't know. They may choose to go to Jacksonville or Spoon River, I don't know. But, which it would not make sense to go an hour and a half or 2 hours west of there versus going however many hours away it is from Macon to like Coles County or Charleston Speedway while they're on the way to Indiana. Makes most sense. That's just me. But my full confidence, not fully, I'm about 80% sure of it, is that Coles County is going to get that date. I say that, and I am putting a lot of grain of salt on that. And I'm saying it because Coles County, we had the Road to the Dome last year. And going into that, none of us knew if it was going to be good. It was the same as with Gateway Dirt Nationals in St. Louis. The exact same thing. And that's what the event is based off of. So, with Brian putting that much effort into it and everything, and it going extremely well, really no, complaints or anything, and all that, and it was a major success. And I even went up to Brian that night and said, dude, this was effing awesome, pretty much. That's basically what I said, because it was a great event. I enjoyed it. So that event proved that Coles County is capable of hosting something like that, and they are making improvements, obviously. So I don't see in any world that Coles County would not get that event, that date. I do not see anything that says not otherwise. But you never know, they may choose somewhere else. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. But yeah, that's my kind of like little spiel on that, because I was in the comment section of the post I made the other day about it. And I had a good back and forth conversation with a guy in the comment section as well, who agreed with me. And he also asked a question like, can a track get a national series like this, more than once a year? And the simple answer is no, unless if they are specifically scheduled to be there more than twice. Or no, more than once, I mean. Like, say, I'm just going to use the USAC schedule at Red Hill, for example. Going to use that, for example. We have them at Red Hill April 3rd. My bad, I had to think of the date. And then June 5th and 6th. We have them 2 weekends throughout the year because they're on our schedule. If we only had them once, we would not have them back the rest of the year unless if there was a circumstance in which something changed or whatever, and then they had to come to our track, or they not because they had to, because there was, I don't know. That's basically the short, simple answer to that. Is generally a series only goes there once unless they're specifically scheduled more than once. But there is special circumstances in which they do. So if they're not scheduled more than twice, and I've seen it happen. So, but yeah, that's my spiel on that. That's my spiel on that. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully some of you guys agree with me with that on that, because and that might make that its own separate video, because that's a good question to ask, and I thought, might as well throw it out there. Hey, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video if you've watched it up to this point. And let me know if you guys want to see stuff like that between now and the beginning of the season, because I'm going to try to do more long-form content. I'm going to try to film quite a bit of long-form stuff this year. In terms of an upload schedule, that probably would be every maybe Wednesday, I would say. We film on Saturdays, and if they're doubleheader weekends, if it's a doubleheader weekend, then I don't know. I'm still working that stuff out. So if you guys want to see more like me breaking down stuff like this and doing stuff like that, please let me know, because I would love to do that kind of thing. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.